Hey, Being at Work listeners, I have an exciting opportunity to share with you in the spirit of connection and community and finding your people. We want to bring this community together. I have heard your feedback. I know that you are looking for connection with other like minded, human centered leaders. So this year, we're offering a series of Being at Work community events, kicking off our first event on Friday, March 28th. And because we are offering both an in person and a virtual event, two events on the same day, you've got choices. Which of those formats works best for you? During these interactive experiences, we'll highlight the synergy between you as the leader, your team, and the overall success of your organization. No doubt you will leave with new connections, a growing network of supportive leaders, and valuable tools to elevate your leadership. So, if any of that resonates, you can register on the events page on our website at abundantempowerment.com. I look so forward to seeing you there.
So last week, I was with a group of leaders that I've been working with for over the last 6 months, and they each shared back in a final presentation their learnings, their challenges, how they overcame those challenges, how they're still working through those challenges. It was a capstone presentation. It was just an opportunity for them to reflect and to share back areas of growth. Such an important part of the process. And I know going into that, I know that there are always leaders who get really anxious about delivering presentations. But there was a woman in particular last week who, from the get go, was visibly distraught by having to give this presentation. She was terrified, and she told us right away that she was having a hard time breathing even. So we encouraged her. Gosh, there were maybe like 20 people in the room, me and the leader of the program and several other leaders. Actually, the CEO was there too, which no doubt added extra anxiety, but all in the spirit of supporting these leaders and celebrating them as they've participated in this process and grown so much. So, I encouraged her to just share from her heart. And she asked if she could start over. So she did start over, and she couldn't find her words and she was so struggling. And so finally I jumped in and said, "Hey, Rachel, as your coach, I know that you have grown so much through this process. We have data that has evidence of that. I've also seen you and I've heard you through the process. Maybe I could just ask you some questions." So I said, "Tell me about your team and tell me about the feedback that you got." And so it was great. So she answered some questions. She ended up just like through that picking right back up into her presentation, and she finished it. And the entire room was so supportive of her. And it is just such a good reminder to me of the power of leaning in to the challenge, staying on the stage, and the influence and the impact that comes from that. It was the most memorable of the presentations of the day. As Babe Ruth famously said, you just can't beat the person who never gives up. And we saw that in Rachel not giving up with her presentation. She leaned in, she was committed to it. She's also made such great progress through this process and was able to communicate that with the group, which was her goal ultimately. So here's to leaning in. Here's to never giving up because you just can't beat that person. What a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.